Hey everybody, this is Adrian, and this is the Clark Response. And hey, this is a new YouTube channel. I am the rankiest of rank amateurs of all time. As you can see, I'm only using a front-facing camera because, like I said, I started this channel because I wanted to talk about Caitlin Clark, and I wanted to do it a lot because I've been doing it a lot for the last 4 years. But you just haven't seen me on a camera. I've been in a whole bunch of other people's chats talking about this for 4 years, and I decided finally I need to stop giving away my material to people for their channels, and I need to just create my own channel. So you're going to hear me talk about thoughts about things that people have talked about 2 and 3 years ago, because so much of it just piles on. It's layered, layer. And so just because it happened 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or just because people have talked about it, doesn't mean you heard me talk about it. I remember one radio talk show host, very famous guy who I won't say because if I say it, some of you might get triggered. But he said, hey, yeah, I know that everyone else has talked about it, but you haven't heard me talk about it. And that's the way I feel. With that being said, just a quick thought here. Who knows? I may end up doing 500 videos within 3 months. Who knows? Probably not. But anyway, so here's a quick thought that I've had. And this is something that has always bothered me about the Caitlin Clark discourse. Her second season was supposed to be the season that solidified her, that said that she was not a joke. That first year was not a fluke. Her last 2 years in Iowa, her entire 4 years, is not a fluke. The hype was real. Think about it. Remember the hype that she had coming into year number 2. The WNBA was ready to call her or name her the MVP. I know some of the people at ESPN were trying to say, oh, it's because they had Asia Wilson fatigue, and this is why they were going to name Caitlin Clark MVP for that year. But regardless of that, they were ready. We had men who have programs that talk about sports that never talk about women's sports, but they were ready because everybody was psyched for Caitlin. And then after game number 1, when she had that 27-point triple-double, then when we saw that phenomenal performance against the New York Liberty in the first half, when Stephanie White stepped in and put and doused the flames of Caitlin Clark like an idiot, like a hater, when Caitlin Clark went off for 27 points in the first half and she had that remarkable three-pointers in 32 seconds, that was what we call super CC, okay? And we was getting that, and then the injuries happened. And of course now the new talk, and this has mainly been started by Jason Whitlock, but it's getting all over the place that, hey, she may have an actual back injury. It is very possible that after they beat the living hell out of her for year 1, that was the injury that they were lying to us about, and that injury was leading to other injuries. Now, I'm not saying Jason said that, but other people have taken what he said, and now they're coming up with their own hypothesis. Personally, I'm not sure, but with that being said, if this girl's got a damaged back, then we may have seen the best we're going to see from Caitlin Clark. And what really pisses me off about the dialogue and the discourse about her is that people act like season 1 didn't happen. People act like she didn't break or set 62 records. People act like that she did not already break 3 or 4 records of legends and GOATs in under 50 games. She is the fastest player in WNBA history to 1,000 points, 250 rebounds, 250 assists, and she did it in under 58 games, or 55 games. The next closest is Sabrina Ionescu with 80-something games. And guess what? She didn't even play most of her second season. And I would surmise, and I would submit to you, that she played the majority of her second season hurt. And she still broke records. The girl last week, definitely not herself. She's not her fiery self. She's definitely out of character, definitely out of rhythm. The coach has been screwing with her. She's got teammates who really don't have her best interest at heart. They got a team and an organization that doesn't build around her. They don't set screens for her. She's got to go get everything herself. And she just wasn't herself and still had 20 points and 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And according to some statistics of the greats of the WNBA, that's Hall of Fame material numbers, just the numbers themselves, okay? But with that being said, her not being able to solidify herself her second season just opened the floodgates for everybody to come in and rewrite the story. And now you got fools writing articles. Now they're criticizing and ragging on her defense. It's if somehow we already didn't know that she plays bad defense. Okay, but they want to talk about it like it's fresh and new because they know that stupid people will pick up on it and just ride with it and just run with it because people are just dumb. They're slow and they're lazy. They don't read, they don't think, they don't comprehend, they don't place anything into context. They just consume product, consume information, and then move on. Then they move on to someone else stupid. They share that information with someone else that's stupid, and then their same version of stupid, and then that person shares it with another stupid person, and then another, and then another, and then another, and the next thing you know, we have this vortex of stupid going around. Because that's how it works. Not only in sports, but in politics and everything in life, that's how it works. Then you get people writing articles and making comments about, oh, she's like Jeremy Lin, Linsanity. Remember Linsanity, Jeremy Lin? Hey, all these players were out. Carmelo Anthony, all these players were injured for the New York Knicks. He was being coached by Mike D'Antoni. And he came in and for at least half, I don't know if it's half season, but it was like almost a two or three week run. Jeremy Lin was the greatest story in sports. And then Carmelo came back. That was the end of that. Carmelo ruined Linsanity. It's all over Linsanity after that. But see, Linsanity was a flash in the pan. Nobody even knew who Linsanity was. He didn't break any records or anything like that. He just had a 2 or 3 week run that was tremendous. Don't get it wrong. And he parlayed that into contracts after the New York Knicks. So he was able to have a career because of it. So good for him. But she's not Jeremy Lin, dude. That's not even close. You're trying to call her a flash in the pan. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the disrespect someone like Caitlin Clark is getting because she was not able to solidify through her second season. And now it's opened up the floodgates for just reckless, stupid, irresponsible comments. I mean, just some of the greatest stupidity and nonsense you will ever hear from people who hate her guts and cannot wait. Now, I have so many other things I want to say, so tune into this channel. Is it? Let's see, should I be saying tune in to this channel? That's the stuff they said when when TV was like black and white and like only like 13 inches or whatever. That's what they said then. But no, I want you to watch the channel. I want you to click like, like it, comment on it, hit subscribe. Let's see, what else am I supposed to tell you? And hype the video because this is new hype button. Yeah, so get me some more subscribers here. I already got 4 subscribers, so that's the fearsome foursome. Appreciate whoever hit the subscribe button. The fearsome foursome, you're awesome. And I'm going to do some more short video shorts because people tend to like my video shorts. And eventually I'm going to actually start doing lives because I have so much to say about Caitlin Clark. I may just decide to do a live one day and just go for about 2.5 hours and just let it rip. Maybe even let comments. I'm afraid to do that because I have another channel, and when I was doing something like that on another channel, I got a lot of trolling, and so I'm afraid of that. But then again, if I'm in this space, I might as well just deal with it and just let people do what they do, because eventually, hopefully, I will build an audience. Unless Caitlin breaks her back tonight or something, then it's all over. And then I'm no more Caitlin Clark discussion. If she injures herself and she's not playing, there's no more Caitlin Clark channel. The Clark response will be down. It will. It had its run. It had its 5 or 6 day run. It's over. But no, please, God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that in there. God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that in there. Hey, Clark fans, I'm sorry. I take it back. I apologize. I didn't mean to put that in the air. I'm sorry. With that being said, because I need to see this girl play. I want to talk about so many things just how people misunderstand the love affair that many of us have for Caitlin and why we have this love affair. I want to talk about the real goal of diminishing Caitlin Clark from the WNBA. I want to talk about so many things. I want to revisit the real beef between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I want to just talk about so many things. I want to do a vetting of Stephanie White's record because a lot of people don't know just how bad of a coach Stephanie White really is, and that this league is a relationships league. This league is all about doing people that they know are solid. Okay, this is why the Fever have been building the team the way they're building it. They're bringing in all of Stephanie White's imports. They're bringing in all of Kelly Crosscost people from back in the day. They're not building around Caitlin Clark. That's why they had Natasha Howard and Dewana Bonner. Now they got stupid Todd Harris and all this crap. Okay, but I also want to talk about how they have gaslit Caitlin into acceptance, and they have made her feel. It's almost like how a man is mistreating his woman or a woman is playing a dude, but they can make them feel good about getting played. It's kind of like that. But so anyway, just subscribe to the channel because I have much more coming. This is the Clark Response. My name is Adrian, and this is the Clark Response.